Congressman, wanted to ask you, do you think is it a good idea for President Trump to declare a national emergency to fund the border wall if Congress doesn't step up and give him funding for it?
Well, yeah, I think the best idea is Congress do its job and fund what was needed. Most all the Democrats have agreed with that in the past, but haven't here. But, John, there's no question in my mind, this is a national emergency, even more so than when President Obama declared the bird flu. I mean, that was tragic. There were some people that died from that, but nothing on the order of people.
And Congressman, why hasn't the president already gone ahead and issued this national emergency? You say it's a national emergency. We've seen the video from down there on the border. A lot of people say it's a national emergency. Why isn't the president already declaring it a national emergency?
Well, because I think this is my understanding. The Democrats have made clear they're going to be rushing into court, and they're hoping he would declare a national emergency so they can stop him. And then that gets them off the hook because, Pelosi and others that don't want any kind of barrier. They want as many people coming in illegally as they can because they see them not as people that are coming in illegally, breaking the law and usurping so much that it's not theirs. They see them as potential voters. So they know, the Democrats, that, if we can get the president to declare a national emergency, then we're off the hook because then there's no pressure on us to build a barrier. We don't look like the hypocrites we are for being unwilling to fund that, and then we can just stop him in court. And that's some of the talk around here.
I think you hit the nail on the head when you first said, this is Congress's job to fix. This is not necessarily the president's job to solve the problem. It's not the court's job to solve the problem. It's you guys in Congress's job to solve the problem.
That's exactly
so give us your odds. Give us the odds from where you're sitting, Congressman. We know there's some negotiations. We took a look at the makeup of these two committees, the conference committees that are working on this issue now. What's the likelihood that we avoid a government shutdown 3 weeks from now?
Well, I think it's very unlikely. Of course, you've heard Schumer saying similar things, apparently, to what he and Pelosi were saying before when President Trump wanted all the discussions out there for everybody to hear so that everybody would know who was on the American public side and who wasn't. And there was let's talk about this in private. And now we see, oh, no, they want a conference committee to talk about this stuff privately. And then Schumer apparently says, we don't want the president involved. They just messes things up. Yeah, because the president wants this to be done in public where people know, who's selling them out. But the Democrats don't
and Schumer
want
wants
the
to
American
negotiate with and Schumer wants to negotiate with Senate Republicans who are a lot more concerned, apparently, about their reelection prospects and the damage a shutdown does to them politically than what
John,
the people elected the president to do.
You look at a big part of the Republicans who lost their seats were those who were not particularly supportive and, in fact, were often unsupportive of President Trump and were not happy about any building of walls or barriers on the border. We lost some great people,
Congressman,
but there were a bunch of them that lost their seats who had not been supportive. So I would hope that Republican senators would take a look at that before they sell out the president and lose their own seats next time.
Yeah, this whole thing is a case study in the difference between campaigning and governing. Congressman, before we let you go, top Republicans in Texas seem to be worried that President Trump could actually lose the Lone Star State in 2020 unless he devotes time and resources to the usually reliable red state. That's according to the Washington Examiner, which interviewed Texas GOP Chairman James Dickey. Is this just a scare tactic to raise more money, or is there really a chance this could happen, Louis? Because I'm a little
as I understand
skeptical.
The National Republican Congressional Committee gets about 40% of its millions and millions from Texas. And if you look at the last election, they thought, we don't have to worry about Texas, so they sucked a lot of money out of Texas without giving a whole lot of Texas contributions back. We lost some people that maybe we wouldn't have had to if they'd gotten a little more support from the Texas money that went national. But It is a danger, and Ted Cruz was telling me, he had like 15 or so full-time employees there at the end, and
he had to fight off all that.
Over 800. Over 800.
That's quite a
full-time.
And Cruz still won. All that money from around the country pouring into Texas on behalf of Beto O'Rourke. That was what Ted Cruz was up against. But the people of Texas came through for Ted Cruz. We'll see what will happen in 2020. Congressman Louis Gohmert, as always, thank you for your time, sir.
We need the help. Everybody needs to pitch in. Thanks so much, John.
All right, coming up, there are already 9 Democrats running for president. Officially, no clear favorite yet, but should rapper Cardi B deliver the State of the Union address next week? Or at least one of the responses to the State of the Union address. She's talking about it. The catch-up is next.
Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more live breaking news coverage, exclusive interviews, and videos from Newsmax TV, click subscribe on our YouTube channel, and don't forget to download the free Newsmax TV app for alerts. Newsmax TV, it's real news for real people.